Okay, hi, I'm Eloy from Modular. We are here to introduce the ZAPS. It is a drum percussive module. We have done it in collaboration with Plankton Electronics and Miguel from Idol, a producer. It is a drum module with an analog core, so it has two oscillators, two envelopes, AM, FM, two filters. And the good thing about this model is it is digital, so it's digitally controlled. So you can control all the parameters. You can have presets. You can change between slots with a CB or assign a CB to a specific parameter. And the CB connectors, that there are 6, can be an input or an output. So it depends on how you configure. For example, you can configure an output and attach it to the release parameter, for example, and then you can control an external module attached to that parameter. So, for example, to send to a reverb or to send to a distortion and have the sound attached to the external effect or whatever.
So you can get some really complex routings and functions out of this.
Sorry?
You can get some really complicated routings and
Yes,
functions.
yes. You can do routings, and also, for example, for the envelopes, envelope 1 can be sent to control the AM, to control FM, and to control the BCA, to control the pitch of oscillator 1, the pitch of oscillator 2.
Wow.
And well, if you want, we can take a look. For example,
yeah, sure.
Here we have I will remove this. Here we have one slot. If we change the slot, it changes all the analog parameters at the same time. Now I'm sending a CB to change the slot. So when I send the CB, I'm changing all the slots depending on the CB. It also, in this case, we are sending another gate to control the accent. And let me check, yeah. And then, well, I will remove the accent. And I will explain you some of the features, okay? The Vcos, we can choose between different waves. For oscillator 1, for oscillator 2, what is going to the FM, and for oscillator 2, the thing that is going to the AM. Also, we have randomness. We can apply a specific randomness to each of the parameters of the synth. So, for example, in this case, we can decide, let me change the bank, just a second. There's another function that is freeze revert, where you can freeze all the project, and then you can revert again. So you can mess up with your slots and go back to the previous configuration. Then you have morphing. With morphing, you can morph between one slot and another. So if I go to morph, morphing between two slots now. So all the 40 parameters that control the synth, the analog synth, are morphing between one sound and the other one. Then we have CB assign. As I told you before, we have 6 CBs that can be configured as an input or as an output, and there are many ways to control. We can assign a CB to a specific parameter, or we can send a specific parameter to the CB output, or for example, there's a function that we have created that is the gate and a slot. So for example, you can do finger drumming, you send a gate and a slot that is related with this slot, and then you can record it in a sequencer, for example. So you do like this, and you can record it on a sequencer. Another functionality is edit all. We can choose edit all, and now we are changing all the parameters of 12 slots at the same time. You can send Ara. And then if you press, you discard and go again, so you can mess with everything. And go back to the original position. There's another feature that is a snapshot. You can take a snapshot of a sound that is affected for random or for CV inputs or for morphing, and you can take a snapshot of the last thing that you have heard. So it's a good way to create a bank. You press the slot, you create a random, and then you create a new sound, and then you save it to a slot. Pulse again until you find a good sound, and snapshot it again. There are also extra functions like for randomize. You can randomize a full bank if you are lazy. And you are randomizing everything, and then using Editol, you can homogenize all the sound. Sorry, I changed the. And well, that's more or less some of the main features. There are more things, but I don't want to explain too much. It is available right now as a pre-order. The price is $485, and it will be available in the first quarter of 22 of the next year, so in quite a few months.
Brilliant. Thanks, Eloy.
Thanks to you.